Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly tech update, the show that explores the newest, coolest, and sometimes crazy side of tech available on the interwebs. I am your video game geek, Ray McNeil. Coming up on the program today, Zeva's 160 mile per hour electric UFO is an air taxi experience like none other. Rockstar apologizes for the busted GTA trilogy and is now offering free games to owners. Happening in this week's What The, a New York man allegedly impersonating a police officer pulls over a van of police officers. And we'll wrap up the program with this week's Moment of Joy. All that and a whole lot more coming up on today's edition of your weekly tech update next. Zeva is deadly serious about bringing this tail-sitting eVTOL flying saucer to market as a one-person air taxi. And if you can get over the idea of soaring above the city head first, face down, and Superman style, it's got some interesting advantages. We've seen a lot of different eVTOL designs on the program over the last 5 or 6 years, but the sector keeps managing to find curveballs to throw at us. And we remain fascinated by the creativity this emerging market has inspired. I'll admit to making a bit of a face the first time I saw Zeva's carbon fiber UFO design, but it has some interesting features. In basic terms, the Zeva Zero is a large carbon fiber disc, roughly about 8 feet in diameter and weighing about 700 pounds, with a person-sized cavity right in the middle of it and a clear section allowing you to see out. There are 2 propulsion nacelles on the front and 2 on the back, and each of them has 2 electric props mounted to them. Batteries are around 20 kilowatt hours in the first prototype and 25 kilowatt hours in the first planned production model. It will sit in the sides of the disc, separated into a number of different packs. These packs will be isolated from one another in double-walled carbon fiber boxes, which will be consistently monitored and capable of venting both heat and toxic gases outside the aircraft just in case of a battery fire. Further, bulkhead will isolate the battery areas from the passenger compartment. It's an intriguing design. You enter the aircraft through a compound folding hatch arrangement on the back of it as it sits on its tail, kind of tilting slightly forward. You rest your chest and belly against it, close the hatch behind you, and you're ready to fly. It'll take off vertically and then transition within about 20 seconds to a horizontal cruise mode, in which the entire body disc becomes a lift-generating wing. The top prop on each nacelle is optimized for VTOL and hover, and the lower one has higher pitch blades optimized for cruising at faster airspeeds. At a certain speed, the top props will be stopped entirely, unlocked, and allowed to fold flat against the nacelle to minimize drag. You'll then Superman your way to your destination up to 50 miles away at speeds of up to 160 miles an hour, at which point it'll slow down, angle the nose back upwards, start up those top hover props again, and come in for a tail-sitting landing that plonks you back down on your feet. It's pretty incredible looking. But perhaps its key advantage will be its size. We can park 6 or 7 of these things into a standard parking spot. First responders can park several in a garage ready to fly. Rich guys can have them on their yachts as an effective way of getting between ship and shore without having to keep a helicopter maintained. And we can land them in much smaller spaces as well. We can take off and land in a cul-de-sac or other places where a 35-foot wingspan is a handicap. The Zeva team has been flying the 1/8 scale model through all phases of flight, and it's a zippy little fella. Now the company's got a full-scale prototype built, which is flying almost daily on tethers at this point, and should be off tethers and ready to start transition testing in a remote-controlled configuration within 3 to 4 weeks or so. If the Zero aircraft doesn't manage to raise your eyebrows to the maximum safe altitude, then check out Zeva's SkyDock concept, which would let you dock your aircraft right off your 35th floor office window, park it like a barnacle, and walk right in along an extended runway. Jurassic World Domination goes 65 million years into the past in its opening moments, which have been unveiled online ahead of its release next summer. The film picks up after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which saw the destruction of the dinosaurs' home, with a number of the animals escaping into the world at the movie's end. Domination stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and returning Jurassic Park stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. It was initially slated for June of 2021, but was pushed back to June of 2022 because of the coronavirus pandemic, of course. Director Colin Trevorrow has spent months at his home in England overseeing post-production on the project. He penned the script with Emily Carmichael from a story he developed with frequent collaborator Derek Connolly. It's a true ensemble of all of these people, even if they may not be side by side the whole time, the filmmaker told The Hollywood Reporter. There's just something really exhilarating just from a generational standpoint to be able to put all of these characters into a situation where they're, again, having to not just survive together, but make sure that we all don't go extinct just like the dinosaurs. In addition to Domination, Trevorrow has been keeping the Jurassic World franchise alive with Netflix's animated series Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, which arrives with Season 4 in December and directly ties into the film series. Jurassic World Domination from Universal is now set for June 10th, 2022. It's been a while since I had a genuine belly laugh from a supposedly comical brand marketing video, but Harley-Davidson's e-bike guru did just that as it poked and prodded its way through cycling culture stereotypes on its way to landing a surprisingly relatable message about simply enjoying riding. Part of that success might be because it wasn't really a Harley-Davidson production, but rather came to us via Serial One, an HD spin-off company that builds premium electric bicycles. If Harley is a 100-year-old slow-moving corporate machine, then Serial One is its spunky, nimble startup love child. No chrome, no throttles, just electric motor-assisted pedaling. Serial One teamed up with Allies and Cohen Bash, a production and film team, to create the E-Bike Guru, a comical short that explores how a new e-bike owner might be tempted to fall into the trap of stereotypical cycling culture. The short follows Greg as he receives a new e-bike and quickly turns into a cycling snob, much to the ire of his exasperated wife, Kathy. Once Kathy has had enough of Greg's antics, she calls the e-bike's helpline and is put through to a special line for the e-bike guru to solve Greg's problem.
Legs or springs? Legs or springs? I am the storm that brings the rain. I'm a rocket. Whoa. Whoa! What are you doing? Oh, I was about to hit my PR.
I am an e-bike guru. Your wife, Kathy, she's concerned. We're all concerned. The entire community is concerned. But I'm here to help, okay?
I don't need a guru.
Hey, shh. Easy. Oh. Hup. Might we share the road together?
You don't have any wheels.
I do.
Whoa!
Come, follow me!
Wait up!
See, there's no reason to rush. Like, you can just sit back and not have to worry about a schedule, rushing to and fro, or whether or not we've...
Yeah, I gotta take this hill, though.
What? You don't have
I gotta
to
set a
take the
time.
hill. No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm working
You
on a PR.
No, we could stop.
I'm going
Do
into
you
my
wanna
pain
take a
cave.
break? What's a pain cave?
It's my pain cave. It's where I live when I have
Don't
to
go
get
to
in
the pain
It's gonna
cave.
be
Just
good.
appreciate the beautiful day. Here we are in a peaceful, calming